This unit involves the application of high-level driving skills and knowledge required by driving instructors to effectively train learner drivers in safe driving behaviours. The application of safe driving behaviours can be broken down into 5 areas. 1. A definition of safe driving. 2. Low-risk driving strategies. 3. Road rules. 4. Managing a crisis or crash. 5. Demonstrating and maintaining a high level of competence in safe driving behaviours. Safe driving is something that cannot just be taught to your learner driver. You must understand it and adhere to it yourself. Ask yourself the question, what is safe driving? Safe driving is following the rules of the road responsibly, sharing the road with other drivers, and having a calm, controlled attitude behind the wheel. Vehicle safety is often overlooked by drivers, as most people are confident that they can control their vehicle no matter what condition it is in. Making sure that the basic conditions of your vehicle, tyres, petrol, oil and coolant levels, clutch, handbrake, accelerator and brake, are at a level that allows safe driving is something that you should do every time you drive. For example, if the tyres of your vehicle are bald or worn, your vehicle is unsafe. Friction makes your tyres grip the road, allowing you to control your vehicle. When the level of friction is reduced, your vehicle will not respond as quickly and will take longer to stop in the event of an emergency. Friction decreases when your tyres are worn, bald, over or underinflated. Making a check of your car is a good habit to form. As an instructor, you should encourage your students to do the same. Knowing what condition your vehicle is in will help you to modify your driving if there is a problem. The more information you have, the safer driver you will be. As a safe driver and as an instructor, knowing and applying the best method for driving on different surfaces and conditions is paramount. Every road is different. Freeways, main roads, city streets, suburban side streets, country roads, and dirt and gravel roads. Each will present you with its own hazards and challenges. For example, on a freeway, you will be presented with vehicles moving at high speed in 2 or more lanes. On a winding country road, there are blind corners, crests, and trees on the roadside that can hide a potential hazard. In the city, hazards are obscured by parked cars and pedestrians. The possible combinations of problems and solutions are as varied as the roads themselves. Safe driving is also subject to weather conditions. The method and awareness needed for driving in the rain is different to driving in dry and hot conditions. Here are some rules to apply for adverse weather conditions. When driving in the rain, reduce your speed in relation to the surface condition of the road. Aquaplaning occurs when the tyres ride on a film of water instead of the road. Slowing down prevents aquaplaning. Increase your following distance and put your headlights on low beam. After going through deep water, check your brakes. If the brake linings are wet, they will probably not be as effective. Drive a short distance with your foot pressed gently on the brake pedal. This will help dry out the brakes. In fog, put the headlights on low beam, reduce your speed, and proceed with extreme caution. High winds can be a problem for small cars or vehicles with a high profile. Be on the lookout for open spaces after driving through a protected area. And when passing large trucks and buses, be prepared for steering corrections due to sudden wind changes. When driving in wintertime, make sure your tyres have adequate tread. Check the cooling system of your car. Most cooling systems specify that antifreeze should be used all year round as a corrosion inhibitor. However, it's a good idea to check the strength of the coolant at the start of winter. If you're going on a long trip, plan it carefully and always travel during daylight hours. When driving at night, do not drive without your headlights. Don't look directly into oncoming headlights. Look to the left side of the road or stop your vehicle. If an oncoming vehicle is within 200 metres, dip your headlights. Make sure that the windscreen and headlights of your vehicle are clean, and when following another vehicle, dip your headlights. Don't wear dark or tinted glasses, and avoid turning on the cabin lights. While knowing the rules of the road and having the skills and knowledge to perceive and deal with hazards is important, it is of little use unless you have the right attitude. At some stage, you will encounter another driver that brakes suddenly, swerves into your lane and cuts you off, runs a stop sign just as you're starting to move into an intersection, winds down their window and abuses you for no conceivable reason. Like road and weather conditions, there are hundreds of things that other drivers can do to affect your driving. The question is, what do you do in response? The answer is to remain calm, in control of your vehicle, and minimise the risk to yourself and other drivers. This answer, while simple, is sometimes not easy. Studies have shown that drivers can exhibit a need to get even with the other driver, or start to do similar actions, rationalising that if the other driver can do it, then why shouldn't I? The horrible truth to the matter, though, is that this kind of road rage greatly increases the chances of your having an accident. As a driving instructor, you will be exposed to this sort of behaviour on the road, and as an instructor, one of the best ways to teach is by example. If another driver swerves in and cuts you off, it is easier and ultimately safer to let them do so. Slow down and give the other driver plenty of room. This will minimise the danger to yourself and other drivers by having one less car in the situation. Low-risk driving is just that, minimising the risks and hazards that you may face out on the road. One of the biggest factors in low-risk driving is visual perception. Identifying hazards and signs in traffic and having a plan of action well in advance is key to successful low-risk driving. The Smith system of defensive driving, developed in the 1950s, is still effective today. It is based on the findings of research of how accident-free drivers stayed safe. The principles of the Smith system are as follows. Aim high in the steering. Look well ahead rather than just in front of your car. Get the big picture. Be aware of activity on all sides of your car and remember the blind spots. Keep your eyes moving. Concentrate and stay alert. Leave yourself an out. Have an escape route. Make sure other road users can see you and what your driving intentions are. Although the Smith system was developed in the 1950s, it is still a useful training methodology, but it's not the only one. The training emphasis should still be on safe driving and managing the risks on the road. People involved in accidents often say, "I just didn't see," which would suggest poor perception and weak observation. As an instructor, some of the factors that will help you make the best decisions when driving include visual capability. Uncorrected eyesight can restrict your reaction time. Level of alertness, which can be affected by fatigue, alcohol consumption, drugs, feeling unwell or upset. Distraction, thinking of other things, letting someone else attract our attention, showing off, conversing with others in the vehicle, or using mobile phones. Assumptions. Becoming complacent if you feel you know the road and drive from memory rather than on what you can see. Feeling safer because you have a safe vehicle. Experience. Young drivers generally pick up the mechanical skills quickly, and research indicates that while they may see something earlier than